We're here today with one of Australia's most celebrated chefs, Matt Moran, here for the WA Good Food Guide. Today, Matt will be cooking 2 recipes with Harvey beef products. These cuts are delicious to eat and easy to prepare. Matt, what have you got for us today?
We've got 2 dishes. We've got a beef tartare and we've got a piece of sirloin we're going to pan fry with some chimichurri. Right, so the first course is beef tartare. We've got a little bit of beef fillet here, which is very lean and no sinew on it, so you can actually just chop it quite fine into dice. Now, a lot of people actually mince their tartare, is where I don't like to. I actually like to get a little bit more of the texture.
What's your secret to creating a restaurant at home steak tartare?
We serve a lot of it. I've got a steakhouse in Sydney, and the reason why we have it on the menu is 1, because everyone loves it, but 2, it's also a way of getting all the trimmings, and it's really easy just to make it straight into tartare, so it's really cost effective too. Different cuts you can use. This is fillet. Now, fillet is really tender, and a lot of people sort of love it to eat it as tartare because it is tender. I personally would rather use a secondary cut, but just cut it really fine. Secondary cuts tend to be a little bit more tougher, but they tend to have a little bit more flavour. That's probably the size that I want.
What's up next ingredient-wise, Chef?
So we're going to make a condiments to go with it. If you've got a little bit of beef which is a little bit fatty, you need some acid in there to actually balance it out.
Yeah, great.
So we're just going to add some Worcestershire sauce into a bowl, a little bit of mustard, a little bit of heat, which is Tabasco, and we're just going to add a little bit of salt and pepper, but we can come back to the salt and pepper and add more if we need to. You can marinate it, but not too long. The reason being, you've added a little bit of salt to it, and the salt will actually start to dry it out and start to cure it.
Oh, okay.
So you want to do it probably half an hour beforehand.
Okay.
Right, so I've just mixed that. I'm just going to add a little bit, mix it around.
So what are your go-to herbs for this one?
More sort of neutral herbs, more like a parsley. You don't want to use any harsh herbs like rosemary or oregano or coriander, which is a little bit foreign to it. I'm just going to add now some more condiments. There's some capers, which I've just chopped, a little bit of flat leaf parsley, and just some cornichons.
When we talk about flavour, we're using Harvey beef today, 100-year-old farming practice, extremely sustainably farmed, and I think that really comes through in the flavour with these products as well.
Look, it's so important these days to make sure whatever you're using, it is sustainable. Right, I'm just going to grab a little bit of oil, just to give it a nice shine, and it just adds that little bit more flavour to it too. We're just going to add it all to the plate. We're going to make it like a little mound. What we always do is we put a egg yolk in the middle of it. You don't want to break a yolk, but you don't want to have a lot of egg white in it either. Just pop that in the middle.
Beautiful.
Toast on the side, and then there you have it.
Spectacular.